So good morning. Hi, this is Kim Ware, and I just felt such a burden this morning to put together a presentation for you so that we can start from the very beginning of how to organize your speech. In this class, you're going to learn a ton about making PowerPoint presentations, and you're going to learn a ton about what makes a really good speaker insofar as your tone, your eye contact, your gestures. But as I've graded the last round of PechaKucha assignments from my previous class, I'm realizing that what this course lacks is teaching you how to organize your speech in a way that makes it easy for you to follow what you're doing so that you don't feel like you have to read from a script the whole time, and in a way that makes it easy for your audience to follow along with what you're doing. So I haven't even finished changing out of workout clothes. There is no shower because this is important, and I want to make sure that you get it as soon as possible so that you can begin utilizing it as you go towards your very first assignment. And in fact, I want you to use the information that I'm about to give you when you put together your first presentation in assignment number 3, which is designing a PowerPoint presentation. That assignment, the topic is already given to you, and it is, wait for it, how to design a PowerPoint presentation. In that assignment, I am not looking for the mechanics of I am not looking for the mechanics of making a PowerPoint insofar as using PowerPoint. I am looking for your ability to tell me what you've learned so far in this class about what makes font look good, what kinds of pictures to choose, and how to make a presentation that really pops and doesn't distract from what it is that you're saying. So at the outset, the title of what I want to share with you this morning is Organizing Your Speech. There is a very particular order to speeches. You've probably seen it before if you've done a speech class or even in a writing class. These are basic essay principles. The first is you have an introduction, you have a body, and you have a conclusion. Now I'm going to let you in on a little secret that I'm going to share for the entirety over and over again of this presentation this morning. The introduction and the body and the conclusion mirror an adage that is known in the speaking community, and that is intro, tell them what you're going to tell them. Body, tell them. Conclusion, tell them what you've told them. As you start to approach any presentation, you're going to think about it in these 3 chunks: your introduction, your body, and your conclusion. What is the introduction? The introduction also has 3 main parts. It has an attention getter, which in some textbooks is called the exordium. It has a thesis, which is the main issue, and it has a preview. When you're thinking about getting your audience's attention, it's great to use something simple and something that is different than what maybe they've ever heard or expecting to hear before you launch straight into the meat of the presentation. Some great ideas are to use a quote. So in assignment number 3, you're going to be telling me how to make a great presentation. You could look up a quote on simplicity. You could look up a quote on elegance, like maybe there's something really great that Katharine Hepburn has said. You could also do a visualization where you say something like, imagine you're going to a presentation, the last meeting of the day, and all you could think is, ugh, another meeting. But what if the presentation was different? What if it was simple and beautiful and easy to understand? Would that make you want to stay? Do you see how I did that? I brought you to a scene, and the audience is saying like, oh yeah, I would really like to do that. So after you get your audience's attention, you're going to give them the thesis. Your thesis statement is the main issue of what you're going to be doing in your talk. Anything from, I've got paralegal students in here, to briefing a lawyer on a case. On this case, I'm going to be telling you about what is the most important thing. okay? If you're a fitness person, when I'm meeting with the people at my gym, like say I'm the lead trainer and I'm briefing all the other trainers on a new piece of equipment. Today I'm going to be telling you about this new equipment. After you give your thesis, the main issue, you're going to preview your main points. I'm going to tell you about this new equipment. I want to show you its functionality. I want to show you its safety features. And I want to show you the different levels at which you could work with someone who is a beginner to advanced. So the introduction and brief recap is your attention getter, it's your thesis, and it's your preview. Then you move into your body. In your body, you're going to work through your main points. So this is so great because you've already given the audience an introduction. They know what main points are coming, and now they're going to hear it again. So you're going to give them those main points. As you do that, look right here at signposting. You're going to use the same kind of language in the body that you used in introduction. So if you said my main point 1 is this, so 1 is your signpost. You're going to use transitions as you move from point 1 to point 2. Next, point 2. Tell them about point 2. Remind them we've talked about 1 and we've talked about 2. That's your signposting. Then you're going to talk about point 3 and so on. These signposts are really important. People have about an 18-minute window of attention and they tend to zone out. So they need the speaker to help them get back into the game and know where the speaker is at in their presentation. Finally, the conclusion. So remember, we've told them what we're going to tell them. We've told them in the body, and now we're getting to the conclusion where we are reminding them what we told them. So today, I've told you about how to give a presentation. I've worked over the main parts of what it takes to do a speech. You're a paralegal person. I guess paralegal person probably doesn't work. You're a paralegal. You're a paralegal. Okay, lawyer person, I have told you all about this case. Here were the main points that we covered. Do you have any questions? Then you're going to offer a clincher. The clincher is something that puts a nice big red bow on your presentation for your audience to remember. You might take them back to your attention getter. Remind them of the quote. You could recall the visualization that you've used. If you ask them a question, you can finish by answering the question. A clincher could also put a call to action on it. For example, so what are you waiting for? Get out there and make your own presentation. I didn't talk about questions here. There is a time for Q&A, and maybe I'll get into that later in the course. But more than anything, I want to help you with your ability to organize your speech. So remember, tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. Okay, I am going to post a speech template in Yellow Dig, or maybe I'll attach it somewhere on the announcements or just send it to you through Canvas inbox so that you can see the template. I want you to use that as you're prepping for your presentation number 3. Once you figure out what slides you're going to do, I want you to work through this speech template and write out everything that you're going to say. And then maybe in the next week, I'm going to take you through doing a speech template to your speaking outline so that you're not manuscript reading. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. I'm happy to help you. But just remember, tell them what you're going to tell them, and tell them what you told them. This is going to help you so much in all of your presentations. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye-bye.